Great teams do not hold back with one another. They are unafraid to air their dirty laundry. They admit their mistakes, their weaknesses, and their concerns without fear of reprisal. If we don't trust one another, then we aren't going to engage in open, constructive, ideological conflict. If you could get all the people in an organization rowing in the same direction, you could dominate any industry, in any market, against any competition, at any time. If you really think about it, meetings should be at least as interesting as movies. It's as simple as this. When people don't unload their opinions and feel like they've been listened to, they won't really get on board. Not finance, not strategy, not technology. It is teamwork that remains the ultimate competitive advantage, both because it is so powerful and so rare. Politics is when people choose their words and actions based on how they want others to react, rather than based on what they really think. Remember, teamwork begins by building trust. And the only way to do that is to overcome our need for invulnerability. Trust is knowing that when a team member does push you, they're doing it because they care about the team. If everything is important, then nothing is. The enemy of accountability is ambiguity. If we don't trust one another, then we aren't going to engage in open, constructive ideological conflict, and will just continue to preserve a sense of artificial harmony. Experiential team exercises can be valuable tools for enhancing teamwork as long as they are layered upon more fundamental and relevant processes. Building a strong team is both possible and remarkably simple, but is painfully difficult. The key ingredient to building trust is not time, it is courage. A functional team must make the collective results of the group more important to each individual than individual members' goals. Like a good marriage, trust on a team is never complete. It must be maintained over time. Success is not a matter of mastering subtle, sophisticated theory, but rather of embracing common sense with uncommon levels of discipline and persistence. Success comes only for those groups that overcome the all-too-human behavioral tendencies that corrupt teams and breed dysfunctional politics within. Consensus is horrible. I mean, if everyone really agrees on something and consensus comes about quickly and naturally, well, that's terrific. But that isn't how it usually works, and so consensus becomes an attempt to please everyone. Members of great teams improve their relationships by holding one another accountable, thus demonstrating that they respect each other and have high expectations for one another's performance. Trust is not the same as assuming everyone is on the same page as you, and that they don't need to be pushed. Trust is knowing that when a team member does push you, they're doing it because they care about the team.
The two greatest causes of the lack of commitment are the desire for consensus and the need for certainty. Commitment is a function of two things: clarity and buy-in. Basically, I want you all to do two things: be present and participate. That means everyone needs to be fully engaged in whatever we're talking about. A fractured team is just like a broken arm or leg. Fixing it is always painful, and sometimes you have to re-break it to make it heal correctly. And the re-break hurts a lot more than the initial break, because you have to do it on purpose. A lack of healthy conflict is a problem because it ensures the third dysfunction of a team: the lack of commitment. Without having aired their opinions in the course of passionate and open debate, team members rarely, if ever, buy in and commit to decisions, though they may feign agreement during meetings. The next dysfunction of a team is the lack of commitment and a failure to buy into decisions. Our ability to engage in passionate, unfiltered debate about what we need to do to succeed will determine our future as much as any products we develop or partnerships we sign. The key, of course, is to define our goals, our results, in a way that is simple enough to grasp easily and specific enough to be actionable. No matter how good an individual on the team might be feeling about his or her situation, if the team loses, everyone loses. As difficult as it is to build a cohesive team, it is not complicated. In fact, keeping it simple is critical.